I love this saying that no one determines our self-worth but us. So it's really, when we're young, we learn certain things, but as we get older, we're the only ones that can change that. How we think about ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, how worthy we think we are, how deserving we think we are. And that's the first thing to work on, is our ability to deserve, to feel worthy of having good things, of being taken care of having love, of all that stuff, is just being willing to say, I'm deserving. I'm willing to open up and to be deserving and to allow this in. Allowing, deserving, there are 3 words that Louise Hay kept using on her. So I've been watching all these prosperity movies and DVDs and sitting with, all of this. And the same messages are in all of them. That it all begins with here first. And looking at how worthy we feel. That's a good place to start with, isn't it? To really write down, how worthy am I? How worthy am I, do I feel, to have all these things in my life? To get my music out to the world, to get my song out there, all these things. I mean, I remember years ago going to the States and wanting to be on Oprah, and getting where they said, yes, you could be on the Oprah show. And then 2 weeks after they had told me yes, they called and said, no, your segment's been given to Dr. Phil. That was a long time ago. That was before Dr. Phil had his own show. But there was a part of me, if I looked at it, that didn't feel completely deserving.
I think with that as well, a lot of the time it has to be the next logical step for you as well. Like, I have had a lot of situations where I'm like, yeah, I wish I could play the State Theatre or something, right? And I have now, but I didn't do that until I had done like 50 other gigs, and then that success built on success built on success.
Yep.
Otherwise, I would have got there and I would have fainted. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't in the right space for that. So, it's true. And then you look back and you go, thank God I didn't play the State Theatre back then. Yeah. Because it would have been embarrassing.
Well, it would have been whatever it would have been.
Yeah.
However, that part of deserving is in there. Not just deserving, but being ready, being open, being available, because it brings the next thing, right? So everything brings the next thing. And I remember someone saying to me, well, when you're ready, that will happen, and will happen in whatever way. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the work you're doing. Keep doing what you love. And that's such a huge part of being prosperous, is really doing what we love, doing what feeds us, doing what makes our hearts sing.
It's so interesting how we want to hold on to what's familiar. I remember having it when we were talking during the week. I was telling Shelley all the stuff I had to do on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and why I was so tired, and I really wanted to hold on to it. And then Shelley was sort of like, oh, well, you're okay now. It's like, no, but I don't want to be okay now. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But why do I want to hold on to that?
It's so easy to stay in that negativity, isn't it?
Well, it's comfortable.
Yeah, that's it. That's where you.
It's like a warm blanket,
Yeah.
But we're so much more than that. We're all so much more than that. So this is the fun thing to just dive into, today and this moment and every day, just to even wake up in the morning and say, okay, what am I going to open myself to today? Or I'm just open to be used today. I'm open to be an incredible vessel for Spirit. I'm open to be used today. Use me. Let me do what I love to do. Let me be more of who I am. So this is wonderful ways of creating more prosperity, letting that flow happen in whatever way in our life. Okay, step 2. This is probably one of the, I don't have them in any order, so I would say this is probably the most important thing, is loving ourselves. And that's a huge concept. It's like, are you kidding? Like I know, using a mirror, for a lot of people looking into a mirror and being able to go, I love you, is like, you got to be kidding, I can't even do that. And these are, again, all practices so we can get more comfortable in our own skin and feel that we're okay, that we're worthy, that we are wonderful, that we are a beautiful spark of spirit, because all of us are. Turn to the person next to you and introduce yourself if you haven't already, and just say, "You're amazing."
You're amazing.
You're amazing. Now turn to them again and say, "Yes, I am." Doesn't that feel good? Ooh, let's do that again. Do it to another person. Go to somebody else and just tell them, just let them know how amazing they are, and then just say back, "Yes, I am."
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's your practice for the next 30 days. Every day. Okay, how many are going to take this challenge? This assignment? Okay, this is your assignment. Every day, look in the mirror in the morning. Okay? Don't focus on the wrinkles and what's not looking good. And okay, I want you to look in and see, look into your eyes. Look into your eyes and say, "You're amazing. You're amazing." And then go, "Yes, I am." Yes? Who's up for that? Yay. Okay, every day. Okay, see if you can do it every single day. And just notice what's there. If it's uncomfortable at first, it's okay. That's all right. It's not going to kill you. But it's a wonderful practice to start seeing the beautiful person that's there. You know, we've got so much baggage around that, all of us, in whatever ways we have them. So it's a really good start to create more abundance, more prosperity, to feel better about ourselves, to look in the mirror. Say that. Okay? Very good. So what other things can you do every day to start opening to loving yourselves more? So for everybody, it's going to be something different. Maybe it's to eat better food each day, you know, to just be more patient with yourself, to be less criticizing, to let go of the judgment. But every day, do one thing. Say to yourself, wake up in the morning and say, "Okay, today I'm going to be a lot more patient with myself. Today I'm going to have more fun. Today I'm gonna feel sexier. I'm gonna just walk around feeling sexier today." Whatever it might be. Yeah? Just to start changing the patterns. Because we're creatures of habit. So we tend to do and think the same things all the time, and we're going to get the same thing coming back, right? What we create, what we think is what we create. It's that cause and effect. So we want to shake it up a little bit and start to feel better about ourselves and love ourselves more and start to do different things. Get out of the patterns. So think about for a minute, what's something you could do that you know right now, today, that might be something that's loving you more? Who wants to share? Exercise. Okay, good.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. You can start that right now. Who else? Kathy?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. Maybe find another place where I can go dancing.
Okay.
But I don't, it's kind of
I can help
emotional
you with
dancing.
that.
No, it's not kind of nightclub or anything. Are you dancing?
Yes, yes. See? And you're both in pink. Okay. So you just put it out there, huh?
Yeah.
See, the minute you put it out there, someone says, "I've got a perfect place." Isn't it funny how the universe works? Anybody else?
Practice more meditation.
Practice more meditation.
Buy yourself something nice like flowers or a treatment.
Okay, you gonna do that for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So So make a commitment each day to do at least one thing that's loving and nurturing and supportive of yourself.
Sometimes I think we have to also acknowledge in ourselves what is good.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we, when we talk about, oh, I'll exercise, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, but then I don't sit there and go, you've done this, and just like remind yourself of the things that you've been successful with.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. That's really important, acknowledging what we've already done, acknowledging the things we have already created and achieved. Because we're already looking ahead at, okay, what's next? So that's a really important thing, Mel. That's a really important point of just acknowledging, of how far we've come, how courageous we are. Because each one of us is so courageous in our life, and just every day sometimes just enough to wake up and be positive is courageous, is being courageous. It's much easier sometimes just to put the doodle over our head and go, no, don't wake me up. I'm going to stay here for about 3 days. No, it is. I've been there. It's a lot harder sometimes to get up and say, I'm going to make today an incredible day. So thank you. That's a really good point.
There's a great suggestion Louise Hay has in her new book, and she says to thank the bed as soon as you wake up. I don't know if anyone's heard her
Thank
say
the
that.
bed.
Thank the bed. So that's one of the first things you do. Thank you, bed, for a great night's sleep. It just changes the energy of how you start your day.
Thank you, bed. And gratitude. So we talk about gratitude a lot. Lindsay's song was so beautiful that she's saying being grateful, and that gratitude for everything, for being able to walk, for when you get up in the morning and you can put your feet down and stand upright. Some people can't do that. Some people don't have feet to do that. We take so much for granted of what we have, our hands, our feet, our eyes, our ears, our being, just those things that we know are there every day. So to really go into gratitude deeply for everything, for the bed, for the roof over our heads, for the clothes we can wear, for the warmth, staying warm, for so many things, for the food we're eating, for everything. So the more grateful we are, the more abundant we are, right? Because gratefulness is a high vibration, it's a high frequency, and it allows more good into our lives. To be grateful for our good health, even if we're having a challenge with our health. To just know that there's cells, be grateful for the cells in the body that are healing, for the healing that's happening. I've had some blood work. Every about 2 months I have blood work done for my thyroid because my thyroid was removed. So be grateful for your thyroid. Be grateful for all the glands and for all the parts of the body that we have. And I had a blood test and it's come back and it's been rather high. And I watched the fear come up. Like, my mind went into all these fear thoughts. And I sat down for a minute and I thought, no, I'm going to go back into gratitude for my health and gratitude for how much my body knows how to heal. And for all of those things. So we just need to keep coming back to that place of being grateful. Because it helps. It just supports us even more. I thought, well, what am I worrying about? I don't know yet. Why would I just sit and worry about something that hasn't happened yet, that I don't know about what it quite means yet? And until I know, I don't need to sit and worry, right? Because that just takes me out of the moment and into the future. So it's an interesting one to look at, letting go of worrying about stuff. One that aren't in our control, and really just, if you're in the moment and you can go back to that place of gratitude, it just helps so much, doesn't it?
I'm a friend of mine that, and this is his story, he doesn't share it with a lot of people because a lot of people are, I guess, skeptical or afraid, or who knows what the issues they have with it, but they just don't believe that it's true. He had Crohn's disease. I don't know if anybody here has heard of Crohn's disease, but there's no cure for Crohn's disease. And he said that he started, thank you for my health. That's all he did. He didn't do anything else. But thank you for my health. And he said it took him probably, I think, almost a year before he started feeling anything. And then after that year, just kept getting better and better and better and better. He's been almost 2.5 years now with no symptoms of Crohn's disease.
Isn't that amazing?
He can eat anything now. He can do anything, and like all he did. Thank you for my health. That's like it's amazing.
You could say that with anything that is
Yeah.
lacking in your life.
Yeah.
Say,
Absolutely.
every morning.
Absolutely. That's
To say
that's a
thank you
powerful
for-
practice, and it's a simple practice, but we forget,
Yeah.
right? That's why we come together to remind ourselves, because there's nothing you haven't heard in here, but it's just reminders. Right? Reminders. We constantly need reminding. So every day, thank you. Thank you for my health. Thank you for the flow of money. Thank you for the most perfect job. Even if you don't have it yet, you go into gratitude because it's already being manifested. So it's like knowing that it's already happening.
Well, when he just why he said it, he's like, even though he wasn't healthy,
Yeah.
he's like, he was still there.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
he wasn't being grateful because I'm like, he wasn't saying, oh, thank you, I'm so healthy. He was saying, thank you for the health that I do actually have.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
now that's when he said it to me like that. I was like, oh, that's just so.
Yeah.
That's amazing because
Yeah.
you don't have to be completely perfect
Yeah.
to be grateful for what you do have.
Yeah, but that's the
Right.
starting place, because we can't create something new until we're grateful for what we have right
Yeah.
now. That's
Okay.
where it starts from. You're grateful for what you have now. We tend to go, I'll be happy when I have that. You know.
I think we forget that our past thoughts are what is showing up now, and what we're thinking now is on its way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
plant now is what's going to be springing up for you. So that's why what you do now is what counts.
I remember someone talking about gratitude and just the practice of that the universe wants to give more to you, because it's like if you give someone a present and they go, yeah, great, thanks. You know, you're more liable to give them another one if they go, oh, that's the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, that's fantastic. You know, and then it's like you're like the universe, or the universe is like you, and you're giving, giving, giving. The more grateful, the more I want to please that person. I
That's
want to
right.
give them more.
That's
Yeah.
right. And another important one to remember is compliments. How many in this room and listening have trouble with compliments? Someone says, oh, that's a really nice dress. And you go, oh, this old thing? Or they go, wow, you look really good today. You go, oh, no, I haven't slept much. I've got wrinkles under my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, how many have like someone gives you a compliment and you just slap it back?
Mm.
So what do you think the universe is saying?
Mm.
You know, that's like someone giving you a gift and you go, oh, no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You know, take it back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so this is all, it's all energy, right? Everything is energy. So start practicing saying thank you for the compliment. Thank you. And then nothing else. Zip it, you know? Just thank you. Because as you open up to that, more things are going to come. That's what the universe does. Just what Lindsay said. The universe
Seems like
goes
we are
here.
the universe.
We are, absolutely.
It seems like we are the universe.
We are the universe.
Because our reaction
Absolutely.
determines on how much comes in. So if you're constantly open, then it's just huge.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the universe.
I try every day to tell somebody that they're doing a good job,
Yeah.
even if they're not. I like it, especially like the lady at Woolworths, and she's frustrated, like, you're doing a great job. And she's like, you know, nobody ever says anything like that here.
Yeah.
You know, and they love it. It makes their day.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sure does.
Yeah.
The
It
year.
makes my day too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good practice.
You know, absolutely, because we don't get enough of that in this society. And I think we would create so much more peace if we did, inside ourselves and around. It's like, what's the greatest gift you can give someone is sharing something like that. Okay, so practice with compliments and saying thank you and I'm open and available, because that's what's going to bring about more prosperity. Lift that consciousness, right? Because we're talking about a consciousness, a way of thinking, a way of creating. So we want to expand it and practice that, yeah? Okay. Become more conscious of how you love yourself more and bless yourself on a daily basis. So you got the practice now. What are you going to do in the morning when you wake up? What are you going to say in the mirror?
I was going to thank the bed first.
Thank you, Ben, first.
Thank you, Ben. I'm going to go tell myself I'm amazing.
So what are you going to say in the mirror? Practice. What are you going to say in the mirror? The mirror's all in front of you.
You are
You're
amazing.
amazing.
You are, or I am.
I
Okay?
am.
Yes, I am. And the yes, I am, too. Or you can say you are amazing if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and whatever way you want to do it. Yes, I am. But you got to add the yes, I am on there, right? So that really affirms it. Okay. And step 3. What do you think step 3 is? We can do about 100 steps here, but we're just going to start with these 3. What do you think the third one might be? To open yourself up to have greater consciousness.
To be practical about it.
Yeah, but there's another practice that's actually really, really, and you've heard this one over and over and over again. It starts with an F.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Well, forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Some of you have had thoughts. I wonder what popped into your head with that. Forgiveness. 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 Yeah. And especially looking at what we're still holding about ourselves, right? So often it's not even about forgiving somebody else. It's about forgiving ourselves for something we didn't do or did do, or something from the past that we're still carrying around with us, like an old piece of luggage. And I know we all have something. There's something in there that the layer hasn't been peeled. So to really look at what haven't I forgiven myself for? And to write it, to look at that every day. What do I need to forgive myself for today? Oh, I wasn't patient enough with the woman at the counter, or I snapped at my child, or, I didn't listen when my friend was talking, or I was too busy doing too many things, and just being able to say, I forgive you. Say your name and say, I forgive you. So you can let that go and not carry that on as another thing.
What if you're not ready to forgive yourself? What do you have to be? Because I believe forgiveness is a commitment, and if I don't feel like I've not punished myself, but felt bad about what you did to somebody else or yourself.
Well, but it's up to you to hold on to it. How long are you going to hold on to it for? And how is that serving you?
Yeah, I know, but then I don't know if it makes me feel I'm going to straight away to
What if you can say, I'm in the process of learning how to forgive myself?
Yeah,
So that you're moving.
Yeah, I give myself permission, that to open the process to forgiveness, to open the process to letting go of this. Because really, to hold on to stuff is not, on some levels, it's almost like the ego wants to do that, is comfortable with that, but it doesn't help us to be who we are. It doesn't open us up to be amazing. Because that's not your heart talking, that's your head talking.
No, I don't know, but it only happened today, like what I did, and I felt really bad for it, and I still feel bad for it, and I was forgiven for what I did, but I still feel like I'm a horrible person for it, and I don't know. I didn't feel bad about what I did to make me, I don't know, kind of aware of what I did to the other person, almost.
But it sounds like you already know. It sounds like you already know, and that person's already said yeah. So what's it going to take for you to do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
What I had somebody tell me at some point was, I grew up a lot with accountability or responsibility, and having the attachment of that means taking blame. People say, oh, take responsibility for your actions. And, it's always been, well, that's my fault. And that's where I used to struggle with taking accountability, because a lot of times I didn't feel that it was my fault, but yet they're like, well, take responsibility. And so I had this ongoing juggle of what was going on, and then somebody said to me, there is no such thing as blame. People make the best decisions and choices they can at the time because of the information and tools they have. As we get more information and more tools, we make better decisions.
Absolutely.
And that's what really started making me forgive myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I didn't forgive other people. I'm like, oh, so-and-so wasn't born an asshole. They were, that was, That was the behavior they were taught.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they were taught. And I'm like, okay, I have the choice right now to acknowledge that I know that now. That's a tool I have. I don't have to think that way, or, you know, and I'm like, you know what, I forgive them for doing that. I forgive me for doing that, because they did the best they could at that time. Now that they know more information and stuff, they can make better.
And remember, everything that happens is an opportunity to grow. Everything that happens is an opportunity to grow and an opportunity to forgive and to be more. Everything we do is an opportunity. You know, I don't see things as mistakes anymore. I see it as an opportunity to take it over. You know, if you're watching movies, how many times an actress has to say her lines a zillion times. And it's not a mistake. They get to practice, and that's what we're here for. We're practicing to be more and to be more conscious and to be more aware. And the more loving and forgiving we are of ourselves, the easier it is to just keep moving forward.
Actually, my husband's got the best saying for that. He said, there's no failure, there's only feedback.
Yeah, that's right. And growth. You know, like we don't grow. Growth happens in the hardest times.
Exactly.
That's the thing, you know. Growth happens when we go through the hardest times. That's when we grow the most. That's when we learn the most. That's when we learn how courageous we are. So please forgive. You know, forgive yourself, because really no one else is going to except ourselves. And that's the most important person that needs to forgive ourselves, is us. Okay, so having a forgiving heart. A great meditation is to contemplate on asking and receiving forgiveness for everything you've ever done to harm others and for anything anyone has done to harm you. To really just sit with that prayer. Okay, Spirit, I'm open my heart to forgive anyone that's harmed me and anyone that I've harmed. And to have that, I think it's a powerful blessing. It's a powerful prayer. And send light to that person. If there's someone you know that you know you want to make amends with, you know, send loving light to them. Send blessings to them. See them happy. You know, the greatest gift we can give another is to see someone happy and healthy and vibrant. Really, that's the greatest gift we can give to another person. If there's someone you're having conflict with, send them love. You know, see them surrounded with a bubble of love and light, and I guarantee you there'll be a different relationship that will happen between you and them. Start sending light. Send love. We all need it so much. All of us do. Before you go to bed at night, surround yourself with love and light. Go to bed at night, the last thing you do with saying, okay, angels or whatever you believe in God, surround me with light. I open myself up to just be filled with so much love and be held as I sleep tonight. What a beautiful way to go to sleep. If your body is needing healing, when you go to sleep at night, to just put that in there. My body's being healed beautifully as I sleep. With every breath I take, my body's being healed. These are powerful affirmations. So look at every day how you can affirm more things in your life to open up more to the flow happening. And notice how you're sitting. So are we going to create stuff if we're like this? You know, it's an interesting one. There's a video of Louise Hay, and she's saying, she comes out and she's like this, and she says, now look around the room. You know, how many of you are creating things when your body's like this? You know, because we actually block energy. So become aware of being more open with yourself, being more open, you know, and receptive to things flowing in. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with Louise Hay saying a wonderful thing. First of all, I have an affirmation, and then we're going to put Louise on. So you just, I'll say it first, and then you can repeat after me. I open my heart and mind to forgive myself and others for anything that may have happened in the past and move forward with love and acceptance. I deserve to be happy and joyful and to share that with others. I forgive myself and I dwell in love and light and the truth of spirit. Okay, so I'll just say it little line by line. I open my heart and mind
I open my heart and mind
to forgive myself and others
to forgive myself and others
for anything that may have happened in the past,
for anything that may have happened in the past,
and to move forward with love and acceptance.
and to move forward with love and acceptance.
I deserve to be happy
I deserve to be happy
and joyful
and joyful
and share that with others.
and share that with others.
I forgive myself
I forgive myself
and I dwell in love and light
and I dwell in love and light
and the truth of spirit.
and the truth of spirit.
And so it is.
And so it is.